In this video I'm going to demonstrate how PostTrans can be used to post a quote into Exchequer Enterprise and automatically link it back to the original document. So here I am in my SQU example that comes with PostTrans. It's important to realise that it's actually a template file, which means it has the extension XLT, which is great because other users don't get that read-only warning, and plus it forces you to save it as a new file name. Okay, so let's pretend I've filled in my quote. There's my customer, etc., reference numbers, my stock, my quantities, and the prices I wish to sell them at. Note here I've got a reference number, which is my own generated reference number, my initials SS, and it's my third quote, so I've put SS at 003. Now what PostTrans is going to do is going to use that reference to generate an actual file name when it posts this transaction and automatically link it. We have over here two pointers which says where's the file and the file name, which are cell references that Exchequer is going to use to generate the file. So this simply points to the your ref cell back here. So whatever I put in this field is effectively the file name. Also we have some notes and a delivery address across the right hand side here. Okay, so what happens when we post this? Well, let's just post it. It's first asking me for a description. I'm going to accept the default, which is the time and PostTrans template basically. So when I OK that, you'll see now Excel has just saved that spreadsheet with the your reference plus underscore and then 2-digit revision number. So if I post that into Exchequer, we'll just have a look at it in a second. So now that's posted the transaction, and of course in here it now says posted SQU19, and PostTrans will actually use this posted SQU19 to update quote 19 in the future. Okay, so we need to leave that in. So I'm happy with that quote. I'm going to close down the spreadsheet, just save it one more final time, and let's switch to Exchequer and have a look at the quote in Exchequer. There's my quote, there's all my stock items. Now if I go to link documents, you can see now I've got a reference back to the original quote on that spreadsheet. And of course that spreadsheet could contain other data, say regarding bespoke patterns if it was a material design, etc., or project notes or revision notes, etc. Okay, then this allows me to double click on that line and pull up the quote again. So maybe the customer's on the phone and says, well, I want to change that order somewhat. So now what we can do, we have to close down the quote because else it's locked, but we can go in here and we can just change some of these details. Maybe we could add some more stock to it, delivery details, etc. And of course we could actually have another spreadsheet that has, I don't know, some kind of bespoke calculation that's forming the basis of this quote, because PostTrans will actually ignore any zero quantities. So you could actually have a spreadsheet that's like a complex grid of all your stock items, and PostTrans will only post the ones that you've entered figures against. So okay, let's now update that. So it's going to use this reference here to find out what to update. So I'll simply press that post transaction button. Okay, it's saying 19's already been posted. Do I want to update? Yes, please. Now it's asking me for a revision, so I could say, I don't know, Joe rang and revised. So we post that. So now it's posted the transaction or updated it in Exchequer. Now if I reopen it again, now we look at the links. We've now got two links. And if we go back, we'll see that it's actually allocated the next revision number. So it says 05. That's probably because I already had some in the system. But you can see how it's automatically stepping on those numbers and automatically linking it to the transaction within Exchequer. If I just point out how this has been set up, there's a few extra fields I've flicked on in my setup. Here we go. Under the other tab, I've put always for save if an XLT, in other words, an Excel template. If file exists, then ask for revision. So that's allowing it to ask for the revision and detect it. And I'm saying the path is in N2, which was the cell to the right here, and the file name in N3. So if we just look over there, there's my path, C:\\, and there's my file name. And of course that formula is actually pointing at the yourref. But of course I could have put the initials somewhere else and made it more user friendly. So I think that about concludes that demonstration of that functionality.